Welcome. In this class, we would understand environmental ethics, prominently what is stress ecology, shallow ecology versus deep ecology, and the differences between the two. To begin with, stress ecology is nothing but a technique that helps us to attempt or to helps us to measure and evaluate the impact of natural or foreign perturbations on the structures of ecological systems. So whatever ecological systems are there, if I am trying to understand the impact of any natural or foreign perturbation on that ecological system, how we can measure it, how we can evaluate it, is what is the stress. I take a very simple example. Let's say this is a region and I start mining in this region. Now there has been an ecological system surrounding this region. There have been trees, forests, lake, garden. Now when all of a sudden I start mining in this region, this is a foreign perturbation. There can be a natural perturbation, there can be a flood, a landslide. Now what would be the impact of it on the natural ecosystem? How do we measure and evaluate it is what is called as stress ecology. Now under stress ecology, we understand two important aspects: shallow ecology and deep ecology. Shallow ecology is also called as light green ecology. However, deep ecology is also called as dark green. As the name suggests, light green versus dark green. So there has been a dichotomy between the two. The idea is those who are adherent followers of light green or shallow ecology believe that the environment is anthropocentric. That means we would modify the environment as per our needs and it is worth to do that. However, the followers of deep ecology believe that we must keep our environment pristine as it is, minimum interference with the environment, and that would maintain the sanctity, the beauty, the natural integrity of the environment. So deep ecologists are those who believe in an ecocentric view. However, shallow ecologists are those which believe in an anthropocentric view. Right? So that's one of the major differences between the two forms of ecology. Now, when we are talking about Earth as one place, it was back in 1970s this debate started, and Arnes was the one who gave and who was a staunch follower of deep ecology, but at the same time he also propounded the idea of shallow ecology. There has been one of the papers which is known as the shallow and the deep, the long-range ecological movement, given by Andre Ness, and this paper actually studies this debate between the shallow and the deep ecology. So in this section, we would understand what is the shallow and the deep ecology. We would talk about the viewpoints of shallow ecology, which is aesthetic, thesis ethics, ethical egoism, humanism, sentimentism, reverence for life, and combinational ethics. At the same time, we would also study the two important aspects under deep ecology, which is everything is morally relevant versus natural sequence. So let's understand these one by one. So first we would talk about the concept of deep ecology. As I said, the concept of deep ecology believes that our surrounding should remain pristine and everything is morally relevant. As the name suggests, it implies that be it living or be it non-living, in either case that condition is pristine, it is morally relevant, and the things have to be collectively understood into a holistic system. So things have to be understood into a holistic